So today I'm going to review Spravato, the new antidepressant approved by the FDA only 2 weeks ago. This drug makes me very, very happy, and it makes me very, very scared. Keep watching. So out of the blue 2 weeks ago, I woke up to the news that the FDA have granted a license to a new antidepressant medication called Spravato based on ketamine. And this made me very happy on one hand and very scared on the other hand. Let me tell you first why it made me very happy. Spravato is a treatment for treatment-resistant depression. So this is a type of depression where people basically do not respond to any of the conventional treatments they try. And in America alone, let alone the rest of the world, in America alone, there's 16.2 million people with depression. That's 6.7% of the entire population of the country. And a third of those people do not respond to any of the treatments offered to them, and they are classified as having treatment-resistant depression. And it's one of the most horrible things to comprehend, to know that you are depressed, you have a diagnosis of depression, but your psychiatrist just turns around and says, sorry mate, there's nothing else I can give you, you've tried everything. I mean, that is just like staring into the abyss. So thankfully, this will prove a tremendous option, a real godsend for people with this type of depression, and that really makes me very happy. So if you have been diagnosed with depression and you've tried at least 2 different drugs, you maxed out the dose of those drugs, you've tried them for long enough, then you are classified, or you are defined as having treatment-resistant depression. And at that point, you can go for Spravato, not before that. So don't think that this is a drug that you can just go quickly tomorrow, ask your psychiatrist, and they'll just write it for you. No, you have to have tried all the other treatments available, at least 2 of them. The other reason it makes me very happy is because it works so fast. The literature says it works in as little as 1 day, in 24 hours. I think more realistically it might be a week or maybe 5 days. But even that is incredible, because the current treatments like Prozac and all the common treatments for depression, they take weeks. You have to wait 4 to 6 weeks for the treatment to fully kick in. So this is amazing news for people with depression who want to get better as soon as possible. And the third reason why it makes me happy is because it's incredibly restricted. So the supply of this is only through certain psychiatrists. When a patient enrolls to take this medication, they have to kind of sign a form, and the psychiatrist signs a form, and then when they take it, I think they take it in the psychiatrist's office, they have to be monitored for at least 2 hours afterwards. So there's incredible restriction on the use and possession of this drug, and that makes me very happy, and the reason for that will make sense later in the video, so hang around. Now let's move on to why this new drug makes me very scared. The number one is the side effects. So this drug is based on ketamine. You might think, ketamine, that rings a bell. So if you were a little party boy or a party girl back in the 80s and 90s, there's a good chance you've tried this. This was a huge party drug, hallucinogenic. People took it and they just wanted that euphoria, that feeling that they were walking on the moon, that lightheadedness, and it was really popular recreational drug back then. And Sprovato is based on this very drug. Another way ketamine is used is as an anesthetic, as a horse tranquilizer, and the side effects can be incredibly deadly if you don't use it properly. So if you overdose on ketamine, you are pretty much finished, because it basically just shuts you down and you just lose consciousness and you're a goner. At low to moderate doses, it has a painkilling effect. Obviously it has an antidepressant effect. It gives a little bit of euphoria, but it still impairs your motor skills. So obviously when you take this, you won't be able to drive cars or operate machinery. You are pretty much out of action. So this drug has to be used incredibly carefully. And the second reason why this makes me very scared is the potential for abuse. I'm convinced this drug is going to have a massive street value, because think about it. would a user, potential user, would they buy something off the street that they have no idea what's in it, they buy it in a street corner, or would they buy something that has a license, that is clean, that they can be confident that it doesn't contain anything nasty? Of course they're going to go for the license safe option, even if that means they pay an extra. So this is probably going to open up a whole new front in terms of sellers and users and people who want to make money of this, horrible people. So that really worries me. By the way, did I mention the cost of this drug? $900 for one treatment cycle. $900. Massively expensive. And another reason why I'm really worried about especially the long-term side effects is because this drug was rushed through. It did not go through all the trials that a normal drug goes through before being marketed and given a license. The FDA even say in their press release that they've rushed it through. I can't remember, they use some sort of a name of a program. Basically it's a drug for an area of medicine where there are many alternatives. Treatment resistant depression, there's not many options there, so they've used that logic that to rush this drug through, saying that there's not many treatments available for that condition, so we really need to make the most of this new innovative treatment and rush it through. So how much do we know about the long-term side effects? Probably not much. And by the way, if you are a pregnant woman or thinking of using this, forget it. You're not going to have it. It's too dangerous. And if you are a woman on this drug, you'll have to take extreme precautions in terms of contraception, because this drug can be very dangerous in pregnancy. And if you start it, good luck with it. I hope it works for you. If you have already tried it, maybe there's somebody out there that have tried it in the last 2 weeks, leave a comment in the section below. If you have depression and you've tried other treatments, leave a message in the comments below. Tell us your experiences. I hope you find it useful. I hope you find the video useful. Take care. See you soon.